2025 embodies the clarion call of the Catholic Church to its members to celebrate the Jubilee Year of Hope. The theme for the year is Pilgrims of Hope and is intended to provide a light for the world in the face of war, climate change, and the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Father Leslie Tankai of Assumption Church chats tonight with us about this significant event. In the Catholic Church, a Jubilee Year is a time for reflection, reconciliation, and a spiritual renewal, marked by acts of mercy and forgiveness. For Father Leslie Tankai, the newly appointed parish priest of Assumption Church in Maraval, this Jubilee Year is an invitation to reconnect with the true meaning of the faith.
So a Jubilee Year is a time of forgiveness. In the ancient tradition of the Church, it was celebrated every 50 years, where the land, no farming, everything was placed to rest. If there were any outstanding debts, that would be cancelled. In later times, we do Jubilee years every 25 years, and we could have an extraordinary Jubilee, as we had in 2016 with the Jubilee Year of Mercy.
Father Tankai says the Jubilee invites the faithful to reflect on their relationship with God, to repent and to forgive. This year's Jubilee aims to address societal challenges and a spiritual renewal.
And so the Jubilee of Hope is to help us and to draw us to reflect deeper on what God is really asking of us as a people. So it's not just for clergy and religious, but it's all peoples of goodwill.
The Jubilee is not just about marking a year. It's about a deep collective return to spiritual practices. Father Tankai says it's a call to act on the things we know we should do but often forget. These acts include participating in Mass, receiving the sacrament of confession, and making spiritual sacrifices. One key symbol of the Jubilee is the opening of the Holy Door, a sacred entrance representing a new beginning, much like the sacrament of baptism.
Like baptism, which is the first sacrament in the Church, this door is like an opening to a newness, a new beginning, a start over. And so baptism, as we often say, it starts at the door of the Church as the first sacrament. So it's the doorway to the sacrament of life. If we are opening a year with a particular significance, there was the opening of the Jubilee door or the sacred door in Rome on the 24th of December.
The concept of indulgences also plays a role in the Jubilee Year. By participating in key acts of faith like confession, Eucharist, and acts of charity, Catholics can receive indulgences which bring spiritual renewal and forgiveness.
The Holy Father issues these indulgences, but there are particular things we have to do to receive. So yes, we need to be reconciled, we need to make confession, we need to celebrate the Eucharist, we need to make sacrifices. Once we are engaging in those activities, the mercy of God is available, as always. We could also be engaged more.
Catholics are also encouraged to make pilgrimage to sacred sites where they can pray for indulgences and reflect on God's presence.
And so you can go to different sites, or you could go to the 8 sites here in Trinidad and pray for indulgences for your loved ones, pray for yourself. And so the pilgrimage movement as a pilgrimage is really a movement towards God.
As Pope Francis emphasizes mercy and renewal, the Jubilee calls for action. Father Tankai encourages Catholics to live their faith daily, helping those in need and offering forgiveness. We must be imitators of Christ, he says, who forgave even the most ardent sinners. This year, the Jubilee invites all believers to not only reflect on their faith, but to act in ways that bring mercy and peace to those around them. The sacred door is open, and the faithful are invited to step through it toward a life of deeper renewal and love. Mary Therese Bernard for We Focus on TTT News.